While the morning sun is just beginning to peek through the front windows, a griddle sits cold, awaiting its first bit of sizzle. Uncooked bagels in the fridge are given one last check on their readiness, while the day-olds sit in a basket like unadopted puppies in a pet store window. It's not long before this silence becomes the humming of a well-oiled machine called Bagels and Beyond 2 on Main Street in Hyannis. And it's all part of the daily grind that owner Mike Davis has not only accepted, but embraced.
I know some guys get really stressed out about it. I enjoy the hustle, the bustle, the busyness. I like making people happy with food. I like seeing their responses when they come in, especially early in the morning. Get their day going right. They're happy, good bagel, good coffee. Running a business now for 8 years, it's always enjoyable to see the people's response and the people's happiness of doing that.
In 2017, Davis purchased the Bagels and Beyond business on Route 28 in Yarmouth and has since opened a second location here in Hyannis. At the time the Yarmouth store became available, he'd already had plenty of restaurant experience and a culinary degree. But this type of business wasn't exactly on his radar.
Bagels was an opportunity that came about when I wasn't looking for it. And after sitting on it for a little bit, it just made sense. Where I was in my life with my wife, before we had kids, this was the right opportunity for us to take and for us to start a family, grow this. It just has set ourselves up for the life that we want to have. And going forward, it's something that we can build upon.
We were fortunate enough to get a behind-the-scenes glimpse at how the sausage is made, or in this case, the bagels. It's certainly a neat assembly line process, from the mixing bowl all the way to the deep freezer. And it's a process that's a great point of pride for Davis.
This is stuff that we made here, and it makes me feel good knowing that, hey, our blood, sweat, and tears figuratively went into it. And, people enjoy it.
But no matter how much the people like it, or even he likes it, this is still a year-round business in a place that has a massive spike during one season, but can be downright slow in the others. Maneuvering through these peaks and valleys and remaining solvent is a whole other job in itself.
You have your shoulder seasons where you kind of settle in both ways, settle down one way, build up the other. And then there's those dead months in the wintertime where you're really just kind of trying to break even, get through them. Hopefully what you made in the summertime helps you carry through the wintertime. And most of the time, if you're doing it right, you do.
With a crosswalk that pretty much leads directly to the front door in the center of Main Street in Hyannis, it doesn't hurt that the business possesses the top 3 criteria for real estate. Having a reliable staff here who help to make for an enjoyable experience has been handy as well. Downtown Hyannis has always been a nice mix of old and new. Old and seemingly permanent like the post office and Kennedy Museum across the street, and of course all the new businesses who hope to someday become old and permanent. Well, since opening his second location here on Main Street in November of 23, Bagels and Beyond has been one of the more welcome additions to this area. And so far, the location of this store has paid dividends. It may not come anywhere near their summer numbers during the cold winter months, but because of where they are, there's never a shortage of foot traffic.
We get a whole wide range of people coming in. You got workers from the hospital coming over, whether they're going on shift or coming off shift. You got construction guys, landscapers. You have office workers, finance guys. You have a lot of different businesses and different avenues of people and walks of life. But all of them enjoy the simplicity of a good bagel and a good coffee. And that's all we're trying to do, really.
Cape Media Center, building community through media.